On the same day, I had two very different conversations, and it really brought this to light. And I feel like it's such a good example. So I want to tell you about them.
What if the way you think about money is the exact thing keeping you from having more of it? Every thought you have about money is either expanding your capacity for wealth or capping it. And most of us are walking around with beliefs that are quietly sabotaging our success. I'm Jillian Minter, and welcome to Quantum Wealth, where we're blending manifestation and mindset with proven business strategy to help you break through income plateaus, dissolve subconscious blocks, and build a soul-aligned business that supports the lifestyle you actually want. If you're an entrepreneur who's tired of trading time for money and ready to quantum leap your income, you're in the right place. This is where woo meets business. Let's go.
Welcome to today's episode of the Quantum Wealth Podcast. I have a really important topic to speak to you about today. It's one that I talk about a lot. It's one that I discuss with my one-on-one clients, with my group coaching program, something I preach so much because it's so important. It's one of the most fundamental things that you need to learn to understand how abundance works. And it's about giving and receiving. The law of giving and receiving tells us that in order to receive, we need to give. And in order to give, we need to receive, right? So money likes to flow. It is energy. It likes to be constantly in motion. And that is why you need to give it and you need to receive it. And what I find so much is that when people are wanting to make more money, they are looking to launch something, they are looking to grow their business, they're looking to scale, maybe they're just starting out, they are thinking of how can I get more money, which makes so much sense. And also, I want to flip the script a little bit. I want to change the question from how can we give more to how can we receive more? Because it's one of the most important things that you can do if you're wanting to receive more. You need to be willing to give more. If you're only focused on receiving, that's holding you back from the abundance that is available. It is not going to put you in a space to receive as much as you could if you were focused on giving. And I see this a lot as a coach, not just with my clients, but when people are pitching me, when people are in my DMs, when someone's trying to get me on a discovery call or anyone else, when you're trying to close the sale, so often it's about focusing on how do I get this? How do I get this? But if you can flip it and think of what you can give away, then every interaction you have becomes a huge opportunity for money to move, for money to flow, for you to receive so much more than you ever thought possible. I recently went to a conference and I was having follow-up conversations with a few people I met. And on the same day, I had two very different conversations and it really brought this to light. And I feel like it's such a good example. So I want to tell you about them. So there was one girl who I met at a dinner. She was really helpful, super friendly. I might be interested in her services. She may be able to help me. But really, we were just chatting about business and life. And we were talking on Instagram in the DMs. She followed up with me. How was the rest of your conference? How is your summer going? All the things, right? And she didn't know I was interested in her services. She knows that potentially I could be a client, but she has no idea if I'd ever consider working with her or not. And so we're talking, and I was telling her my pain point of this part of my business. And she immediately responded and said, oh my gosh, I have this brand new offer and we're beta testing it now. It's not going to launch till Q4, but I want to let you test it. If you feel called, I'm giving it to you free. Test it, give me feedback. I really think this is going to help you. This is literally made for you. It's going to help you with XYZ and it's going to solve your problem. And that was it. No pitch. She offered me something of value to help me. And now, of course, I'm even more considering working with her because my thought is, wow, this is so friendly. This is so helpful. If this is how she treats me and she doesn't even really know me and I'm not paying her, I'm not a client. Imagine if I actually sign up for her services, how helpful she is going to be because she hasn't even pitched herself yet. And then there's this other woman who I had a conversation with, and I went up to her at the conference. We'd already met, we'd been chatting. She knew who I was. And after hearing her speak, I was like, oh my goodness, you'd be a perfect fit for my podcast. And she's like, I'd love to be on your podcast. Should we record it while we're here? And I said, oh, I don't have the capacity for that. She's like, what are you waiting for? I was like, no, I really can't do it right now, but let's figure it out. She's like, perfect, DM me. So I DM her and I'm like, what is the best email? I'm going to send you the link to book. She's like, perfect. And then I don't hear back from her. So I just followed up and was like, hey, I just want to bring this back to the top of your inbox. And she says, oh, Yeah, I am only doing interviews for people that are part of my community. So you'd be great at the community. Here, you should talk to this person about joining my paid community. And I was like, what? You already said yes. And now you're going back on it and you want me to join your community, which is fair. Pitch me your community. But also, why would you not take 30 minutes out of your day to speak to me and then pitch me the community? Because then we'll have so much more of a connection. You're going to talk about your community on my podcast in our conversation. We're going to build that connection. Instead of, I don't have time, I'm really limited. So if you're in my community, I have space. And if not, no. Here's the thing. I have been interested in her community, but if that's how the leader operates, I just think we're not cut from the same cloth. Because when I say I'm going to do something, I absolutely do it. And why would I buy access to someone, to a group, if that is how you operate? If it's like, oh, this was just to get you on a call, and I don't even know if that's what it was or if her calendar changed. But really, to me, she went from, sure, this will be so fun. Oh my goodness, look at this collaboration opportunity, to here's what you can do for me, and then I'll think about it, which is just not how you operate in a relationship if you're looking at the long term, if you're looking at the law of giving and receiving. I think so often people think about what can I get when they're making a pitch, when something like this comes up, and it's like, oh, if I do this, can I get this? And instead, I really like to think of giving and receiving and money and the flow of money as something as, if I just put it out there, the universe will take care of me. It doesn't matter if I help Sally with X. It does not matter that Sally buys Y from me, does Y for me. It just matters that I'm putting myself out there. I'm being of service in the most supportive way I can. I'm not saying give away all your services, help everyone for free. Absolutely not. But like, how can you put yourself out there to be of service? And how can you receive at the same time? So the next time you're wanting something from someone, this is what I want to ask you. How can you be of service? How can you give value? How can you give something away to that person in general so that you can receive? Because giving is really how you build relationships. And if we think about business, so much of it, they say, is not what you know, it's who you know. Especially, for example, this woman who runs a community, right? That's her whole thing. It's who you know. Absolutely. And how do you build a relationship? By giving. Giving is the entry point to receiving. And I'm not saying every time you give to think about what you can get, but I do want you to think, if I want to receive, I do need to give. And also, when people want to give to you, it's about receiving. It's, how can I stay in this flow of giving and receiving in a way that feels aligned and spacious and in integrity, and also of service? Because that is our job. We are doing what we do. We have our businesses because your mission has something to do with helping people solve a problem, helping people with a service, helping people feel better, whatever it is. And what is the best way to help people? It's to give things away. And when you do that, that is how you're going to receive the most value. If you are in a spot right now where you're looking to receive, this is my challenge to you. Go try to give it away as much as humanly possible and watch how quickly you receive. If you are in a launch, if you are selling something, if you have a brand new offer, whatever it is, I want you to give things away. Stop thinking about what can I get? Start thinking about how can I give? And that is going to be the ticket. That is how I've always built my business. And honestly, it is why I've been successful. It is why I have had employees who have worked for me for incredible amounts of money. When I hired my first manager, I couldn't afford anything. I paid her $100 a month, but she was so on board because of who I was as a person, because I gave when I was able. And at that time, that's all I could give her financially, but it totally worked out for both of us. When it comes to my brick and mortar business, I was always giving away classes. So I owned a Pilates and yoga studio, and I'd give away classes. Maybe I'd give away a private session with me if someone really needed it. I would let people in. There would be people who wanted to host events at my space or use my space, and I would let them, even if there wasn't a whole lot in it for me. If it was going to be of service to them, sure, why not? Because that is how you get into the flow. It opens up the exchange of energy, the exchange of money. It's never tit for tat. If you take one thing away from this episode, I want it to be this. The universe will take care of you in ways that you cannot even fathom because you take care of other people. So often when I give away things in my business, I'll raffle off a coaching session, give something away, teach a free workshop, whatever it is, the universe gives me money in the craziest ways. Yes, through my business and also through other channels of money. And it is just because when you give, you will receive. So this is the money mindset piece that I really want you to wrap your head around. Giving comes from abundance. If you are giving to get, that comes from scarcity. You are grasping at what you can get out of it like there's not going to be enough. There's always going to be enough. There's enough for you and there's enough for other people. So give as openly as you can and receive as openly as you can. But when you give from abundance instead of scarcity, instead of what can I get out of this, you are living in abundance, which is how you manifest. It is how you become the person that you want to be. It is how you get the money that you want. It is how you build the business that you want. And when you're giving to people, it builds your relationships. So here is the reframe that I want to offer you. Stop asking yourself, what is in it for me? Start asking, how can I be of most service? How can I be most helpful? How can I give the most possible? And I want you to give value as generously as humanly possible. And when you do this, I want you to notice what changes, what shifts, and the way the universe will just start to take care of you, the way that energy and money will just start to flow towards you. If you look at people who have so much in the world, they usually are big givers. They're people who give things away, who are there for other people, who are always there to lend a helping hand. And that's because that's how energy works. It needs to flow. If you want to get it, you have to give it. And it never matters the how. So I don't want you to think, how did I get this money? How did this happen? It literally does not matter. It just matters that the universe takes care of you. If you were going to get $1 million, do you really care which way it comes? Of course you want it through your business. But if you won the lottery, would you really care? No. That would allow you to show up in your business however you want to show up. That would be incredible, right? So if you do this in tandem with focusing on how much you're willing to receive, on your capacity for money. We all have this set point of how much money we're comfortable getting, how much money we're comfortable earning. It's what I like to call our money thermostat. And I have a money thermostat tracker. It's $7. If you have not used it before, I'll link it in the show notes. It is a tool that helps you build up your money thermostat so you can keep getting more. So if you do this and keep increasing your money thermostat while you are giving things away, you're going to be able to receive larger and larger sums of money. And my signature wealth method framework has 2 modules on this, all about giving and learning to receive, because this is literally one of the most fundamental principles of money manifestation. It's how the universe works. This is something I go over with my one-on-one clients, but it's a huge part. It's a third of Quantum Wealth Academy. We dive so deep into this principle. So if this resonates with you, you're an entrepreneur, you want to learn more about this, Quantum Wealth Academy will teach you so much about this. It's going to teach you how to give and receive, to really harness abundance in your own life. That is the space that you need to be. It's application only. I'll put the link in the show notes. You can check out the sales page, because learning to give and receive is one of the most valuable things that you will ever do to increase your money thermostat, to allow yourself to receive more money. And so I want to challenge you to try this. If you are looking to make more money, which of course you are, you wouldn't be listening to this podcast, I want you to go give something away. Go give value and just watch what happens. And then send me a DM on Instagram at Jillian Minter. I would love to hear what comes up for you and how the universe delivers to you. I absolutely know that this simple principle will change your life and your bank account. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next Thursday, happy manifesting.
That's a wrap on today's episode. If you're still here, I know you're serious about quantum leaping your income, and that commitment is what separates the dreamers from the doers. Here's what I want you to do next. Pick one insight from today and take action on it. Because here's the thing, transformation happens in the implementation, not just the inspiration. If this episode shifted something for you, please rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you listen. It helps other ambitious, heart-centered women find the show. And if you're ready to take this work deeper and finally break through that income plateau, I'd love to invite you to book a discovery call with me. Because here's the thing, podcasts give you the what, but coaching gives you the how. It's what takes you from, I know what I should be doing, to, holy shit, I actually did it. Head to the show notes or to jillianminter.com to grab your spot on my calendar. Until next week, keep choosing abundance over scarcity, alignment over hustle, and remember, you're meant for more. You just have to believe it's yours.